Hello, this is Lucy once again, and thank you for watching. On the previous video, we did speak about different ways of making sure that our kids have enough liquids throughout the day. Remember, we have kids with special needs, and sometimes it's challenging to make sure that they get the liquids they require so that they can have the life quality, which helps them to avoid having stomachache, dry skin, and constipation, and also having the necessary liquids for their body. And on this video now, we will see how we can have healthy stuff or healthy meals so that our kids can also have the nutrients that they need and also have enough vitamins for their body to avoid stuff like having cold or having a problem with their digestion system. And I came to find out that sometimes we assume that because our kids are having special need, it's not normal to have the normal meals like we maybe have. It is normal, and they can have everything that we have throughout the day. It's just the question, how can we make it possible? And therefore, I'm super excited to have this video once again with you, and together we shall practice. Remember, this has been a long journey for me and my family, and therefore I'm also looking forward to hear your comments and also hear your feedback. What have you done? For what is your experience, or what did you learn throughout your own journey? And together we can be able to connect and educate as well as create some awareness. Now, I have a few fruits which are available everywhere in the world, and every town is having this kind of fruits. And now that we are home because of the corona virus, we are all trying to fight it together, and therefore I thought it's good to spend this kind of a time discussing and trying to connect. And I thought, let's look, how can we make something that our kids with special needs who have problem with chewing, for example, choking problem, drinking problems, and are not able to orally or rather feed as we all would expect. I know that everybody says, yeah, I can do my child a good shake. I can peel the mango, for example, and do for my kid a good shake. And I know someone else is saying, yeah, but a shake, for me to make a shake, I need a certain machine, or I need something so that I could blend all these things together and can afford to make my child a good shake. But I came to do a lot of experience because I want us to understand those small things that make a difference, and using what we have in our household to make it possible. Because at the moment, most of the shops are closed. At the moment, we cannot even go to the neighbor and say, hello, should I? At the moment, most of the institutions are closed, and we are used to connecting, we are used to meeting and doing things together. In the moment, we can only stick by ourselves and use what we have at home. Otherwise, things can get rough. And therefore, I searched in my house, and I remember how we used to do it also throughout my journey with our daughter. And I came to remember one thing. And it was Christmas time, and I will never forget. And in the place where I live, it's awkward to go and knock at a neighbor and say, can I please have something? So we were so desperate, and we wanted to make sure that our daughter is eating the fruits that we are also having for Christmas time. You remember that day, dinner time, where everybody is having fun and everyone is trying to enjoy. And then we realized that our mixer was not working. So we thought, man, it's not fair that she ain't gonna enjoy the fresh fruits that we had prepared. So all of a sudden we thought, how could we do this? So what we did, we took a carrot grater and we did peel all the fruits, and I'm telling you, it does work. Only that we can try it, but I would advise you to kindly try it at home. And when you, for example, peel, I'm gonna try to peel the mango, or rather don't worry, it's cleaned. I washed my hands. I did disinfect my hands. We are all keeping safe. Remember, we are all keeping safe, safe, safe. Clean our hands. I cleaned also the fruits, so don't worry. And on that day, we go back to our story. We cut the fruits and we were feeling hopeless and we didn't want to enjoy the meal without her being part of it. So we thought a carrot grater, and we did grate. You see, when you grate, something is coming out. And this is what I want you to understand, to get practical, because I came to realize we do have a lot of theory. If we know so much until we became theory junkies, but sometimes we are not able to implement, and that really makes us exhausted, and we start doubting ourselves, and we never see possibilities happening. And now today I thought, it's gonna take time, but we get practical. So this is what we did for that Christmas. Of course, we have a bigger carrot grater, but I thought to demonstrate is good to use this small one. And this grater, when you grate all the fruits, you see it's coming out. When you use a bigger one, then you get better. And as the more you go, the more you grate it, it goes and it produces that what we need. Yeah, remember, we want to create some liquids for our children. We want to make sure that they're not only taking water, and it's cheaper and more convenient to use fresh vegetables and fresh fruits to make the juices for our children, because that way we know they're not taking unnecessary sugar. Remember, our kids with special need, we've got to be very careful with what we are giving them, because a lot of sugars could also be a very big problem. Therefore, only trust what we can manage to see and see that is working. So imagine I finish this mango. This is a mango, and I grate it, and it gives me that kind of a juice that I may need, and then cut the apple and then grate it as well. Yeah, and at the end of the day, all what I grate and have, I put it in this plate, and then if my child, she could use that was okay for her. But imagining that a child with more severe problem, and that child, as we demonstrated, must be given the juice with a syringe. So this is not working. When it's too thick, then we have to take the sip, put everything, and use the spoon to make the juice more watery. And out of that, we are then able to use the syringe, because when we use that, then the liquids come out and we are able to use. And the banana, when we put it inside, I can get some kind of a demonstration. Don't worry, I'm sorry. This is my first time that I'm doing this, but for me the goal is to connect and to help a parent who might be in need. Therefore, it's not all about being perfect, but it's all about sharing. Therefore, don't feel no way. And if you know how I could make it better, kindly write me and drop me a comment. I'll be glad to grow with you and learn from you. So here we are learning. No one should feel no way. And I said, this is a banana. I cut it very small. As you can see, this was a mango. This is how I produced the juice of the mango. And this banana, you can see how to make it small and make it very comfortable for our children. We can use a fork. For some, it's better to use a spoon, depending on what one is looking for. And as you can see down, you can see something is coming out, and that is what we need, because kids who choke and kids who cannot feed, they need something. And this one coming here on the plate and mixing, we must not use the expensive mixture or whatever we want to call to make our kids comfortable and get what they have. Remember, we are keeping it simple. We are using simple language. We are using everything simple. And that comes now here, as you can see on the plate. It's becoming more and more and more. Well, we can get the mango away. Remember, I said you have a big grater at home. You can peel the mango. You can try to grate. And that is now what is happening here. And now we have something for our kids. You see, things are happening. Everything is happening here. We have that. Look, becoming more. That is a banana and that is a juice. Now, maybe someone is saying, yeah, but we want it more water leaf so that we can know our child is having enough liquids and some juice. And using the fact that an orange has a juice, we can cut the juice, and this is how we basically make something for our daughter too. And not only our daughter, even my son loves that kind of a juice or a shake, whatever you want to call it. And then we squeeze the orange like this. Now all the water is there like that, and as you can see, the sip is making sure that nothing extra goes on that side, that everything is under control. And we mix, we mix, we mix. You see, we mix, we mix, we mix, and we have our liquids which we can use to give with a spoon. And we have the banana mixed. It's a bit thick, and if we cannot feed with a spoon, we can use a syringe, take some and give our children. And that is exactly what we were looking for. Now, you can put as many fruits as possible, but I always say it's always good also to give our children something citrus to try. We said we want to teach them also the senses of different tastes, you know, smell and feeling and touching and all that. Therefore, we use these things not only to offer them the opportunity to have enough liquids in the body, but also to train their other senses. Yeah, is that okay? We are using simple language and everything is fine. Now, someone might be saying, yeah, but I'm not sure if that is what I want to do. I would like my daughter to have also something like a yogurt. Then that what we produce here, remember, is all fresh and good and nice. We can decide whether to give our children just simply like that, or we can also decide whether to add some apple. Maybe someone is saying, yeah, but how can I grate, how can I do the apple? Remember, the apple is also something that we can also grate. That's the best good about an apple. We can grate it when we cut it nicely. Remember, this is the much I can at the moment. We don't have so many opportunities, but I'm doing this just to show we can work with immediately what we have at home. Everywhere is closed and we have stuff that we can relate to, and therefore an apple, we can also grate it just like we did with the mango, or we can cut it. I have another thing here that I had prepared. This we use also for our spices. In my country, we love our rice, which is very with great spices, thousands of them. So we put a lot of spices in our rice. Therefore, I use this to make my spices. But I also use it when I cut small cubes of apples, depending on your child. Does your child like apples with the skin or peeled? Then you put them inside, and we can use it to press, just like we used to press those kind of vegetables. And after we press all of them, we can put everything that we want to put inside. At the end of the day, our idea is to make sure that our children have vitamins that we need. We can put some carrots, and carrots, when we grate them with the grater, for example, this small side of the grater, we can put inside and then try to use the juice. And we can also, for those kids who love avocado, we can mix a piece of avocado inside. That means with that what we have for other family members, we don't have to extra spend on our children because they have their specialness. Good. Now, assuming that you have it in your house, you can also use a mixture. That is the fastest way and the quickest way for those people who can, but must not. I'm a fan of using always natural way, the way my mother also brought me up. And sometimes I like relating to that because she wasn't wrong. It's just that that's what she had, and I can try to teach my children also some of my, the way I've been brought up. So it's always a pleasure, and I'm not ashamed of that. So now, assuming that we have the whole apple finished, we have the mango juice finished, we have the banana and the whole mixture, We can give our children either with a spoon. As I said, this is also our most loved spoon in my family because of my daughter. Remember, she's spastic and she has issues with drinking, eating, and choking. Therefore, we are very careful, but we of course want to train her to be self-independent, and therefore she also uses the spoon like this. We put it like that, and whenever we help her to get the yogurt, then she can be able to eat, and we help her to put it in her mouth. Now, why am I talking about the yogurt? You can give, our kids can get the fruits as they are and the vegetables, but we are talking also about constipation and also about the digestion system. This is a natural yogurt, yeah? I'm a fan of using natural yogurt, not because other flavors are bad. If I want to add a flavor, I could make an apple and put a flavor in the yogurt, and then on top of that put some juice, yeah, orange juice, fresh, put some, and of course put some honey, because my daughter don't like very sweet thing, but a little bit honey we put inside. And on top of that, now we are coming to the end of the video, and now I like to talk about the digestion and constipation of our children. Remember, if they don't have a lot of movement, they cannot walk around, play around like every other child. They have their own way of playing that we shall discuss as we continue connecting. We shall meet again, and I will be glad to teach you how we can teach our kids to play despite the fact that they are having their challenges. And because of their situation, they are not able to run like the others and do as much as we would want them to do, but they know how to live their life. That is not the question. So we put a small spoon of olive oil, we put inside, and the reason why we do that is because it helps her in the digestion, to her food to digest. We just put a little bit. Olive oil is a very good oil, and the reason why we also put the olive oil, because as we said, kids with blindness or who cannot see need to smell. And olive oil, if it's a natural yogurt literally has no taste, although, and it doesn't also have a smell. So when we put a little bit of the olive oil, number one, you can see that it becomes it's become very soft, and it's nice, you know, and it also have a good smell. Olives smell very well, and I like olives, you know, and she loves olive also, and that's why we put olive oil, and it has a very good comfortable smell. And this olive, when we give her, then we are sure after every meal we give a bowl of yogurt, natural yogurt with some oil, and she don't suffer constipation, right? So just imagine you can get this kind of a yogurt and a little bit of the oil. If you like, you can put some honey if your child likes sweet things, and then we are sure that the digestion system is getting better. So what haven't we spoken about? We have spoken about drinking, we have spoken about stimulating, we did speak about feeding, but the way to feed and the positioning of the children during feeding, we shall do that in another video, because for our kids also to can be able to learn how to eat and not choke, there must be a sitting position, and that is sometimes something that we don't consider. For today, we had to do that, what we have done, and I hope and really hope that it could be of help to someone. Remember, together we are trying to fight corona, and together we are trying to share what we have, and it's not about who knows it better, it's not about who knows nothing, it's about building our strength and trying to cope with the situation. And therefore I'll be looking forward to have some kind of a communication with you all. Remember, this is your sister. Love you so much, and remember, if I made it, you can make it as well. Keep safe, take care of our loved ones, and Under every video, you will be able to see my email address and my number, where you can also write me a WhatsApp, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Remember, don't be ashamed of anything. Ask. Whoever asks gets to know. And it's not all about being perfect. It's about the will to keep on and the will to keep on trying. Together we can fight Corona, listen to the regulations, try to keep safe. If anything, connect. And till next time, bye-bye.